Hello, Sagittarians. This is Lunatics Tarot. And this message is for anyone who resonates with the Sagittarian energy at the full moon in Sagittarius. So today and tomorrow. And the 30th, well, today's the 29th, tomorrow's the 30th, and the 31st as well. So this reading may cover the energies leading up to the full moon, just before it, definitely during it today and tomorrow, and then just thereafter, maybe leading you into June a little bit. And when I say it's for anyone who resonates with or identifies with the Sagittarian energy at this time, during the Sagittarius flower full moon at the end of May, I mean Sagittarian moons, of course, Sagittarian sun signs, Sagittarian rising signs, if your Venus is in Sagittarius, if your North Node or Midheaven, anyone who identifies with the Sagittarian energy. While I was meditating on your energy, I got the message that your emotions are in check right now, Sagittarius. And you are covered by, represented by the High Priestess in reverse. So, it could be that you're not listening to your intuition. You're ignoring your intuition for some reason. And I can see that falling in line with having your emotions in check, feeling that you need to have your emotions in check for some reason. You're maybe braced for opposition a little bit. And if you have purposely quieted your emotions, you could then disconnect from them a little, and they are informing you of some of what your intuition wants to tell you. It could also just be, though, excuse me, with the High Priestess in reverse, it could also just be that you're not keeping secrets, that you have found out a secret. What's crossing you is the Ten of Cups. So, maybe some of you have decided to stop keeping a secret about how you feel about somebody, and so then what you're crossed with is this emotional fulfillment. What you're met with at this time is this emotional fulfillment. I think it's that you find yourself unable to keep your secrets at this time around this full moon. You're unable to maybe keep a particular secret at this time, and you find that it in fact amounts to emotional fulfillment for you to talk about these things, talk about whatever the secret is or these secrets are. What's on your mind is your crowning thoughts is the Eight of Wands in reverse. So you're aware of something being very slow moving right now. When your ego is quiet, when your ego is quiet, you might be a little restless. like your soul is a little restless. It could be that you're ignoring your intuition about something that you really want to do right now. And when you quiet your ego and you stop thinking about the money that you're making or the day-to-day tasks that you have to focus on instead of your intuitive inner knowing, the truth is that you're restless. There's something that your intuition wants to tell you. There's something that you want to listen to, something you'd rather be doing. And yeah, this is all rooted in work you love to do. The Three of Pentacles. So I think you're ignoring your intuition about something. It's making you restless. It's a work you love to do. But then somehow you're met with emotional fulfillment at the end of the month here during this full moon. So I think maybe revealing that thing, that work that you really want to do, revealing that secret out loud to someone else can bring you emotional fulfillment and maybe cure this restlessness. Now this card, this is what came up for you while I was meditating, is the Seven of Wands. You're braced for opposition, standing firm with your emotions in check. That's in the recent past. That's what you're coming into the full moon with. The energy that you're bringing here is standing up for yourself, feeling like you have to protect, defend, be ready for someone to question you, to doubt you. So maybe that's why this is a secret. You're afraid that people won't support this work that you love doing. And so you're braced for opposition and you're keeping it to yourself, but it's somehow that is resulting in a restlessness. It's making it so that you can't do this work because you feel that it has to be done in secret, because you feel like it's something you have to stand up for. But what's so positive about this message is you have found the work you love to do. I mean, I remember for years and years just feeling so jealous of anyone who knew what they wanted to do, whether or not they were good at it, whether or not they made money doing it, mattered not. I was jealous that people knew what they wanted to do. You know what you want to do. You know the work you love to do. This message is for someone who knows, for those who know the work that they love to do and who are willing to defend it. It's great that you've been standing up for it. And I just think that at this time right now, you feel like standing up for it means keeping it a secret. But it is ignoring your intuition to not share it. It's probably a work that needs to be shared. In this deck in particular, the Deviant Moon Tarot, you see how the artist is working on something that is then turning around and shaping the people, the community that have made the artist who they are, right? That full circle. So it's ignoring your intuition to not share it because it's probably a work that, asks to be or wants to be shared. And here we have work right on the bottom of the deck. Although actually I think I had the deck this way, so it's in reverse, which says you need to practice your skill. So maybe it's something like tarot card readings, for example, that you can only go so far with doing on your own, keeping it in secret, right? The beauty is the beauty and full expression of the work is in sharing it with other people. And again, I see that when your ego's quiet, your soul feels a little restless because you feel like you have to defend this thing, protect this thing, keep this thing secret, can't share this thing. But the full moon is going to change something for you. Tonight, tomorrow, following right thereafter, for some of you it's already happened, the full moon is changing this, because you're met with emotional fulfillment at this time. So maybe it's that, I see the family here in the Ten of Cups picture, maybe it's that you could go ahead and share it with your family. Maybe you could go ahead and share this work with people closest to you, if not actual biological family members, then those friends that feel like family. Maybe you have a close situation at work where your coworkers feel like a certain particular family. Certainly, if you're working from that space of who can I share this with, there's nothing, it makes sense to start with the people closest to you. Maybe a masculine air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, who never lets you down, because they're showing up on the bottom of the deck. In your near future, you have the moon. And that the moon is already in Sagittarius now. It's full in Sagittarius today and tomorrow, so that's actually currently. But the moon also represents your dreams, so it could be you living out your dreams soon. Can be illusions. It can represent your subconscious. So I think, especially with your two major arcana cards being the High Priestess and the Moon, this is definitely about you allowing things to surface from your subconscious. Again, like I said, this restlessness is when your ego is quiet. This restlessness is in your emotions, in your inner world, in your highest self, your higher mind, your soul. And the moon also reminds me to see divinity in distortion. So if things seem distorted to you right now, you don't see the way forward, you don't see how you can bring this work to the surface, there is something divine happening within that distortion. This is part of the process. This confusion is part of the process of bringing this work you love to do from the depths and up to the surface. It's actually it actually has to happen in this way. This confusion will lead you to seeing the path forward. It will light your way forward. It may not be something you can figure out on your own. You may have to throw your hands up to the divine or whatever anchors you, and admit that you don't understand, you don't see how you can do this work, and allow them to allow something greater than yourself, the chaos even, to show you the way forward, to light the path for you. Surrender to the fact that you can't control it all yourself, Sagittarius. Maybe you can't create the path yourself, not all by yourself. And when I say maybe there is a masculine air sign in your life, it could also just be someone who embodies air sign qualities. So someone cerebral, someone very heady, someone who's a thinker, very smart, very intelligent, very wise, has great ideas. See, they have great ideas. So if you can allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to share with someone maybe close to you or just in your environment, to share this work or this desire, this dream with someone who doesn't let you down and has great ideas, maybe they can help you figure out how you can make it a sustainable, tangible part of your everyday life. Because you love to do it. I mean, this is work that brings you true joy. It might be collaborative work. Maybe that's why you love it so much. And if it's not work that you love doing, then you've just recently had some sort of a meeting about it. It's certainly very relevant to you at this time. But the Three of Pentacles normally shows up as work one loves doing to me. As a clarifier on that work, we've got the Eight of Swords in reversed, which is breaking out of self-imposed limitations, freeing yourself from a prison you've put yourself in with limiting beliefs, and seeing the truth, seeing that you're only a victim of your own thoughts. So this can be saying that that's what's happened in the recent past for you. You've had a meeting about this, or collaborated about this work, or just been thinking about it, and you've realized that you're the only one stopping you from doing it, or you need to realize you're the only one stopping you. Only you can share it with one person, two people, everyone. Only you can insist on making your dream a reality. It can also be that the work you're doing is helping other people see past their own limiting beliefs. And yeah, the King of Swords, the bottom of the deck, this is the position for me that's what is going unseen from the rest of the picture, what is being hidden either from you or by you, the puzzle piece that we don't have to fit in here in the spread. So I think there's someone around you that you can share this with. I think it's someone who won't let you down, and it's someone who might have some really intelligent ideas to offer regarding this work. Maybe, like I said, this could be a collaborative work. Maybe it's someone who will want to collaborate with you. But the Fool in reverse is below him. So it could also be an Aries. It could also be, I think what that's saying is that it feels like a real risk to you to share this with this person. Like, if you know who I'm talking about, yeah, they're smart, they have great ideas, but it just feels like a risk to share this with them. Of course, you have to use your own discernment, your own common sense, and you have to make your own choice there, but this spread, these cards are saying you should take that risk. That's how I see it, even with the Fool in reverse. I don't think it's saying this is too risky, because he's honest. He's showing up in the upright, and he's honest. I think it's a matter of you just feel it's a risk. And the Four of Wands is his clarifier, so this might be someone who's part of your grounded, happy, comfortable home and family life. It may be someone who has a grounded, happy, comfortable home, family life. But I think it's sharing this work with this person leads you to that, because again, you're being crossed with the Ten of Cups. You're meeting emotional fulfillment. Whatever you've been keeping secret, however restless it makes you feel, the full moon is granting you emotional fulfillment. You maybe will be bold enough to share your work with someone that is the King of Swords, or bold enough to embody the King of Swords energy yourself and create this emotional fulfillment, this happy life, and then share your work with lots of people, whomever it's meant to be shared with. Let's get a clarifier on the High Priestess. She can also be naive. So if you're struggling to share your work or what your project, your hobby, your passion, what's in your heart, if you're having trouble sharing that with anyone, if you can't see the path to making it a real part of your life because you're scared to share it, it could be very naive of you to think that you can continue on that way, that you can guard this part of yourself, keep it secret and hidden forever. Is it part of who you are? Because then it's just time to take the risk, to go ahead and share with someone at least. Every time you share anything with anyone, to a certain extent, it is a risk. We are then vulnerable. There is space to be hurt, to be misunderstood. And maybe that's where naive could fit in. It's naive to think otherwise. Everything's going to require that you jump. Again, like I said at first, it can be that this might be that you have a secret about how you feel about someone, and if you would just go ahead and reveal that, maybe to an air sign, you're going to find emotional fulfillment and a happy home together, and you know that you're restless in your soul without them. And I have heard from a couple other readers that this full moon, or probably it was a couple astrologers, that this full moon is going to make us do things that we wouldn't normally do. So if you don't have the courage right this second, sink into the energy of this full moon tonight and tomorrow, and you may find the courage to reveal either how you feel about this person or this work. Two of Wands in reverse. Two of Wands in reverse, though, is possibly fear of success, right? So this person has the whole world in front of them and in the palm of their hands, but they're hesitating because maybe a fear of success. So if you develop this work, let's go with the work scenario. If you develop this work you love to do, suddenly you will be exposed to many people, right? And it is a risk. So oftentimes that's what we're really afraid of. It's not our fear of failure. Sometimes it's our fear of success, because then there's more people to fail in front of, right? Then that's it. That's who you are. It's exposed. It's seen. If you decide to change who you are, then those people are all going to watch that process too, right? And you are going to keep growing and changing, and it's part of life. What else would we like a clarifier on? Let's get a clarifier on the full moon, or on the moon. It is a picture of a full moon. I really feel like it's representing this full moon. And it could be representing June's full moon to telling you to, as this moon helps you realize that you can't deny this part of you anymore, this love, this passion, then by the next new moon, set your intentions for making it a real and tangible part of your life, and you should see some true development then by June's full moon. Some of those goals coming to fruition, taking shape. And while you're waiting for these dreams to become a reality, while you're waiting on the courage to make that happen, be productive. That's why I say share it with one person. If you don't see the way that this hobby can become a career yet, if you don't see the way that this passion can be something you share with the whole world yet, go ahead and share it with who you can, with who you can trust, because the courage will come if you keep trying to pull it out of yourself. The courage will come if you don't give up on this dream, this work, this love. And it will behoove you to practice it now. You will be happy that you didn't just drop it while it had to be a secret, right? Keep developing, even if it is still in secret, keep developing the work and the love while you wait for it to become a tangible, real thing, more than just a thought and a wish in your heart. And you can't, and I say that, but you can't just wait on it, right? You couldn't. That's why I said you can be waiting for the courage to make it happen, but you'll have to make it happen. Because this is, this is also squandered potential. Maybe this is something that you feel like if you were going to do it, you should have done it years ago. Now I'm older, and maybe that's why you're protecting it and guarding it and keeping it a secret. But that can be so lonely, right? That can be so lonely. And if you feel, and I think that's why your secrets are going to be revealed. You're going to reveal your secrets because it's too lonely not to. And that's something that this full moon energy, where we're all going to be bolder and doing things you wouldn't normally do, that's something that's going to help you with. If you feel unprepared, ask yourself, will you ever truly feel ready to expose yourself? Are we ever really ready to plunge into the ice cold water? I'm not. I'm one of those that if it's cold, I'm not getting in. Someone has to throw me in. Like, go ahead and give me more than I can handle. Go ahead and give me too much. Throw me into the deep end and I'll swim. But otherwise, I'm gonna stand on the edge of the pool and I'm not gonna get in. I'm not gonna swim. And that's about knowing yourself, because we're all different in that respect. And if that's you, if this is a love, a work, a thing, a situation for you that's like that, and you know that about yourself, then maybe it's time to ask yourself that question: will I ever feel prepared? Do I just go and learn some of these things along the way? Maybe you're going to expose this to someone who's going to throw you into the pool. Maybe it's someone who's going to be honest and not going to let you down, but they're going to expose you to other people. And that's why it feels so risky, because you know they won't keep their mouth shut about whatever they share with you. But maybe that's how you get thrown in the water, and you need to, or you're never going to swim. That's funny. That really reminds me of a Sagittarian friend of mine. He's an artist, and he has been honing his craft for, well, the whole time that we have been close friends, so 5-6+ years. And he plays, he plays for his close friends, but he never wants to expose himself on a bigger, more public scale, and he never feels ready. He never feels prepared. It's never good enough. And I'm sure after 5 or 6 years has passed, he has that mentality of thinking, oh, it's just a dream. I should have done it years ago if I was going to do it. Age is just a number. Fuck that. Fuck that way of thinking. Age is just a number, Sagittarius. Don't deprive yourself of what you love to do. I could cry right now for not just Sagittarians, but for people who feel that limitation. Like I said, it's creating a restlessness in your soul. Yes, right now you feel like you should have done it 5 or 10 years ago maybe, but in 5 or 10 years you'll wish you'd done it now, right? Such a cliche, but it's so true. And it's one of those cliches that, living it is the realization of it, the living of it is much different than just the words. Well, I suppose most are like that, but that's not a kind of devastation that you want to feel. Let's get one more clarifier. I didn't ever clarify the moon. Let's get the clarifier on the moon. And then we're going to do an advice card for you from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which is, I'm almost using sort of like an oracle deck right now. Okay, so the Four of Swords is coming up right next to the Four of Wands here on the bottom of the clarifier deck. Which is telling you to go within. You need restful contemplation. You feel you're in restful contemplation. You can look at the entire time period leading up to the moment when you finally actually do this thing as restful contemplation. Time you are showing gratitude for the things that you already have in your life that you love to do and be with. Time you needed for solemn meditation, for solemn solitude, solitary work on this project, this love. You can look at that entire time period, even if it's been 5 or 10 years. And for some of you, it's only been a matter of a couple years, or even less. But all the time leading up to when you actually started doing this activity, why can't that just have been some necessary, solemn, restful contemplation and meditation for you? Who says that the best artists, healers, workers, whatever it is that you're doing, lovers, don't need a year, 2, 5, 10 to themselves to meditate on the work before they go and share it? It's just not something that we see done a lot in this culture because we value youth so much. But again, fuck that way of thinking. Age is just a number. You can't do that to yourself, and you're the only one who can really put those limitations on you. Yes, the society will help you, and you have to ignore that. Don't ignore your intuition. Ignore that. And I think that the full moon, with the clarifier on the full moon being the Knight of Cups, someone is offering an expression of love from their heart in the near future. If not during the full moon and by the end of May, then certainly at the beginning of June. So whether this is someone that you love that you're telling, or a work you love to do that you're sharing, the heart expression is coming as a result of this full moon. And isn't that just so beautiful? It's just like you're trying to stop yourself, and the natural cycles and the planets around us aren't going to let you. They're going to move you. And so, yeah, I think just a frame of mind that can help you as you are moved forward, whether you like it or not, as you are thrown into the deep end of the pool to swim. And it's more like being tossed into the ocean, right? What a perspective that can help you is to just say, so I'm one of those people, again, artists, healers, whatever it is that you're doing, lovers, that needed a lot of time to get to this point. That could be the best. That could, divine timing is at play, right? That could be the best. That could be how you do your best work. That could be how this world gets its best work. You don't know. You never know. Sorry, I had to get a drink, and we have to wrap this up. So I am going to give you an additional piece of advice, an advice card from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. It is a tarot deck. It's just 81 cards and structured a little differently because the Major Arcana has got those extra cards, and it's broken up into different sections. It's absolutely beautiful. So is the Deviant Moon Tarot. It's been so honest with me. This is the Radiant Rider-Waite, which I love and is the one I actually use for myself most often. I'm still getting to know the Deviant Moon Tarot, so I maybe didn't give you as many details and descriptions in the pictures, as I'm still getting used to them all. And I would love to use the Dreams of Gaia Tarot as a tarot deck instead of just an oracle deck, but like I'm still getting familiar with the descriptions of all the cards. It comes with this beautiful big guidebook. So for now, I would just pull the advice card from this, and it offers such beautiful wisdom. And what I'm noticing, what I noticed when I said I maybe didn't go into detail about the actual images as much as I will in the future and would like to, what I'm noticing is this this letter. Okay, so this is representing to me you feeling like this is moving really slow. You're feeling restless. You know, you feel restless about this when your ego is quiet. If it was in the upright, this lady is acting so quickly that she may miss a message. She may, she may kill this bird and kill the messenger and miss the message, right? She could slice that right in half and never get to read it or something. But you're not moving that quickly. So yes, you feel restless, but in this slow moving time, you are able to receive the messages that you need. You are not going to miss something because you are looking at this thoroughly. And maybe that's why, like I said, this world could get its best work from people who took years or months, lots of time to think about what they were doing before they did it. I've heard it said before, and I'm going to cuss in your reading again. I don't know why you're bringing that out in me, Sagittarius, but I've heard it said before, it's the doers that fuck things up, man. I think Duncan Trussell said that. It is the doers. It's people who are just like acting out of their ego, acting to make money, acting to do work so that they can show that who they are, so that they can define themselves, so that they can show the world, look what I can do. Who are just doing just to do, that end up creating suffering and mess and problems. Think about what it is you want to do. Why do you want to do it? I value that. I praise that. I love that. I love when people are going to take time to think about what they want to do and why they want to do it, who they want to help, or what they want to create to add to the world. What kind of vibe are you putting out there? What kind of energy and message are you piling into the collective, you know? To a certain extent, you do have to take responsibility for the energy you bring. And well, no, you don't have to, but you are to a certain extent responsible for the energy you bring. And I think that's lovely. You maybe feel restless because it's taken so long, it's moved so slow, but you haven't missed a thing. You've been detailed about your practice, about your work, about your relationship with it. Why am I doing this? Do I know enough to do it? Am I helping? And it's always going to be a combination of both. Some people are going to misunderstand you, misinterpret you, and it ends up hurting them because some people will come to this reading and it doesn't resonate with them, and they will try to take messages from it that aren't for them. And I can't make you use your common sense. I can't make you use your own discernment. So what, I'm not going to put these messages out that could help some people because it might hurt others? Of course not. Of course not. It's my work. It's my life. I'm not going to... I can't do that. We can't, I can't do that. I can't hold myself back just because someone might misinterpret what I'm saying or the spread here. And I don't think you should either. But yeah, you've not missed the messages along the way from divine, spirit, source, from yourself, from other workers who do the same thing you do. You've paid attention, what goes wrong with their work, what goes right. And you just have to move forward now. Like I said, I think the moon's going to toss you in. I think the moon's going to push you forward. It's time. Just, if the expression is coming from your heart, if the expression is coming from love, from your true developed feelings, then you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Then let the expression out. Of course, unless it's going to harm someone else, but that's not what this is. It's not what this message is about. And the Knight of Cups also knows what his feelings are versus his emotions. Okay, so if it's a love that you've thought about offering for a long time, a family you want to start, that's what you're exposing. You've taken the time to take into consideration, these aren't just emotions. This isn't just attraction or hormones or you know, an immediate magnetic emotional pull to someone. These are real, true, developed feelings. It's moved beyond just, you know, a biological reaction. They've become feelings. You know now how you feel about this thing, this person, this work. You know now, and so you can truly offer expression from your heart. It's real to you. Not only did you feel the emotions, but then you sat with them and you thought about it and you decided, no, this is how I feel about it. So much so that you've been defending it. That's why it's both why you're protecting it so much and why it desperately needs expressed. It's why it means so much to you and you're so sensitive about it, and it's why we need it from you. The world needs it from you. Gosh, I was just talking to someone about this the other day, and I have no idea what her signs are, and I wonder now if she's a Sagittarius. I said, we need you. She said she was clairvoyant, and I said, we need you. the 8 of air, I believe. So this is how much I'm still getting to know this deck. Yeah, I believe it's the 8 of air. And I also kind of feel like I pulled this for someone else, but I don't think I did. I think I pulled it for myself recently. 8 of air. So in the traditional tarot, that would be the 8 of swords, which we already have in reverse down here. And now here it is in the upright. But these descriptions are a little different. Let's see. No, this isn't the 8 of air. This is the 8 of water then, right? I'm sorry, bear with me. We'll find out. Yes, okay. So no, scratch that. Not the 8 of air, it's the 8 of water. And I should have known from the dolphins jumping there in the background. Which tells me that this full moon, this expression from your heart that you're being pushed to bring out at this time, you're never going to be the same after. And maybe that's why you're so nervous. Your life isn't going to be the same. You aren't going to be the same. You have to let go of who you were to be who you will be, to be who you are. That can be hard to part with. Not just habits, but just an attachment to that person. You have love for that person, right? You've cultivated love for that person, and now you're going to let them go? It's your destiny, though. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It is all of ours to continue to grow, continue to heal, continue to grow, continue to evolve. They aren't gone, they're changed, right? So the 8 of water is about gratitude, appreciation, harmony, positivity. It's about happiness, joyfulness. I'm just going to read a couple highlighted parts that I have here. By choosing to focus on all that is good in our lives, we will create a positive, emotional, two-way energy flow that, like water, finds its way into every crack where it washes away cynicism, criticism, confusion, conflict, and anything else that may be weighing us down. So definitely be careful of self-deprecating humor at this time, okay? Don't tell yourself that this is a dream that you can never make reality. Don't tell yourself that don't make fun of your dream. I love dark humor, and it was really hard for me to give up some of my self-deprecating humor to form a new relationship with my humor. That's so personal, that it's so, to me, that's so intimately tied to who I am. And maybe it's that way for many. So be very careful of that. It may seem innocent. It may feel like it actually lightens the mood, but your subconscious is hearing those words that you're saying to yourself. You're solidifying that you can't do this thing, or that it's a joke that you want to. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. It's just going to make it take longer. And show gratitude for those people that you can go ahead and share this with, right? It's important to approach life with delight and joy. And it does say to take time to laugh at life and at yourself if need be. So when you fail, when it doesn't go right, yes, laugh at yourself, laugh about it. Just don't tear yourself down, and definitely don't make fun of the dream before you've even allowed it to surface. But sure, once you've shown your ass, once you've tried to take the stage and tripped going up the steps, I did that. I've done that. I was an actress for a lot of years, and I literally have tripped going up the steps to get on the effing stage. You really are bringing my sailor's mouth out. I know this has to be the Sagittarian energy. Wow. Because I haven't done this in any other video. But it's nice. It's nice because that's authentically me, Sagittarius. That's really who I am. So, you know, that, again, that's what this moon is going to do to you. That you have pulled that out of me, and that's what it's going to do. It's going to pull this thing out of you. Let's see what else we want to highlight here. But what I was going to say is, yeah, once you've tripped going up the steps, yeah, laugh at yourself. Yeah, then make the joke at your expense. That's okay, because you're doing the thing. Yeah, and show appreciation and gratitude for your ability to do it. So let's another new example. Let's say you are a singer. Show appreciation. Let's show appreciation for the fact that you are capable of doing this thing. So let's say it's a singer. Let's say it's someone who loves to sing, but they feel like they should have started when they were younger if they were going to share this gift. They don't know who they feel they can share it with. They feel too vulnerable to share it with most people in their lives. Again, start with your family, your friends who feel like family. But also start with just showing appreciation for your ability to do the thing. So if you like your voice, you like your art, like we're just going to use that as an example, a singer. If that singer likes their voice, don't forget to just show gratitude for having it. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Spirit, for this gift, for this voice. At least I get to hear it. At least I get to feel the release. The singing can fix headaches, stress. It's vibrating your whole body. This tone and vibration is flowing through your whole being and up into your head and out of your body, and it's very healing. Even if you're not a great singer, it's a very healing practice to let that out. I mean, we do all have a voice, whether it's subjectively beautiful to anyone else or not. So if yours actually is beautiful to you, show gratitude for your ability to make that beautiful sound, whether or not you ever share it, because showing gratitude for it will help it to grow, help the voice get better, and your confidence and courage about it. Again, that's just an example. Could be any art that we're talking about. The last thing I want to highlight is what was it? Oh, create a positive environment. Okay, so in whatever way you can, make your space, your home, wherever you do this work or think about this love, make it conducive to what you're hoping to bring in. Set up your studio space if you're the singer. Set up your workspace to create your art if you're painting, whatever it is that you're doing. Geniuses create spaces that are conducive to their work. So, for example, I do this work in my kitchen, and I have it sectioned off just with tapestries and things from from the other rooms, so that if this space is neat and clean and ready, I need not worry about the rest of the chaos in the house at the moment, right? This space is for this work. So create a space, an environment for the work, the life you want to bring in. showing gratitude for the ability to do it and creating a space for it, I promise you, will push it forward. Even if you don't feel ready, you don't feel prepared, you still want to be secretive, you're still scared, you're fearful of your own success, exposure. Create the space for it to encourage it and show gratitude just for the ability to do it. Can't believe we're almost at an hour, Sagittarius. I'm so glad I did this reading. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really, really appreciate it. I hope that this offered you something you didn't come when you came here. And if you would like to expand on this reading, if you want an extension of this, more info, I see no reason why we couldn't do a personal reading that started from here. And if that's what you'd like, or if you just like a personal reading from me, that starts from scratch, the email is lunartixtarot@gmail.com. I will have that in the description of the video for you, along with a list of my services, prices, etc. If you're more interested in another general spread, I will have one up for the month of June very soon. It will be longer since it's for the whole month of June, still with clarifiers, etc. And otherwise, please like if this resonated with you, share if you feel called to do so, comment. I'd love to hear more about how it specifically resonated for anyone. And subscribe, please subscribe. And if you become a subscriber, remember that you have the option to hit the bell next to subscribe to get alerts. That's if you want to know every time I post a video. And yeah, I think that's everything. Again, thank you so much, Sagittarius. Not just for checking the reading out, for sharing your energy with me. I need to start saying that to all the signs. I really feel like you pulled something out of me here, and I love it. Thank you. I'm sending you so much love back, and I can't wait to do another reading for you.